Well, hello out there, fellow gardeners. This is Kathy, the neighborhood gardener, back with another video today. Today I am working, my potting station is in my kitchen today because it is so stinking hot out here in Central Florida today. I have no idea what the humidity is, but you melt. And so we're gonna be working in the kitchen in some nice air conditioning. And what I'm gonna be doing today is some cutting propagation. I'm going to show you the mother plants, and I am going to show you how I clip those plants, and then we're going to put them directly into some small pots to propagate. We're going to be working with Philodendron and Phothos today. So I've got a Brazil Philodendron, I have a lemon lime Phothos, and I've got a Micans Philodendron. I think that's all I'm going to be cutting from today. Maybe a marble pothos, and also maybe I've got a albosingonium that I may clip up today as well. I am going to be having some plant sales coming up in the near future, so that's what I'm doing today, is making some plants to be able to put in a plant sale. So come on, I'm going to show you what I have got set up so far, and then I'm going to go start clipping on my plants, and I'll show you how I do that. So give me 1 second here and we'll get started. Okay, so this is what I have here. This is my potting mixture, and this is just what I use for a mixture. This is totally me. This is what I like. I'm not recommending anybody follow exactly what I do, but this is what I like. I like to use all-purpose potting mix, whatever kind you want, that is like an indoor potting mix, or you can even use the indoor outdoor, the Miracle Grow, Bigaro, anything like that. I just mix a third of that with a third of a cactus and succulent mix, because you want something that's going to be nice and airy and not a heavy thick soil. And then I also put in another third of the Happy Frog potting mixture that I like. That's an indoor-outdoor mix as well. And what it does, I like to mix that up, and I also put just a couple handfuls of some orchid mix in here, which adds, and it's got charcoal in all of that mix. You can buy that pre-mixed. So what I do with this is I will just take and mix this all together, and then it's going to make for a really nice, light, fluffy type of a soil, so those roots don't get bogged down. Those type of plants do not like a thick, heavy soil. And then I've also got over here, what I will use is a root tone on these. I understand some people don't use it, but I just like to do that to give it just a little bit of a better start. And it's root tone, so I'll show you how I use that. And then I also just use some of any type of a little bit extra of a dry pellet fertilizer. I'll throw a little bit of that in there, and I'll just mix some of that inside of this soil as well. And then also what I have, I reuse my nursery pots, and so I've just got a variety of different sizes here. I'm just going to make some small pots today. These are just 4-inch pots, and so I've got everything ready. So let me go show you the plants that I'm going to be working with. Okay, so we are going to start with the lemon lime pothos, and let me just show you, this plant lives out on my screened in porch, and look, I'm just gonna, I don't think I can get it all the way down there, but look, this thing is so long and viney, and it's beautiful. And I love plants that just vine down, and when you actually clip off the growth when they get so long and viney, it will keep the plant looking nice and full up here. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But what I want to do, like I said, is I want to make some cuttings off of this. And if you just look at just how beautiful the chartreuse leaves are, I'm going to make some more plants out of this. So I'm going to set this down on my counter and show you how I'm going to make these. So when you clip a plant, you want to make sure, let me get my clippers here, always clip, here is the bottom of this plant. I'm going to use probably this, how far down do I want to go? I'm going to probably take about from here down. Always clip below a node, okay? So you see right here is my node. See if you can see that. Let me move this a little closer. Bring this in here. And okay, so here is my node, or here's a node right up here. So I'm just going to clip below the node. And then I'm going to take another one of these long vines and do the same thing. Go below a node. I am going to clip right, as you can see right there, here's a node, and I'm going to clip below the node. This is a Brazil philodendron, and look how nice and full that plant is. Let me show you. It's very nice and full on top, and you can see right about here it starts to get real thin and long and viney, and it just goes all the way down, almost hangs down to the hearth on my fireplace. So I am going to take and do the same thing with this plant. I am going to probably clip him. I'll probably leave this one right here, and I think I'm just going to take this right here, and I'm going to do the same thing. These have nodes just like on that lemon lime pothos. There's a node there, so I'm going to clip right about there. Now we're going out into the hot, humid. Look, my glasses are all fogging up. It's this one right here, and look how long that just goes all the way down and is hanging on the floor. So I'm going to be getting some of those clippings as well. And then over here on this plant, let me see, I am going to be taking, this is the Philodendron micans, and you can see it's just got a little bit different coloring on the leaves, but look how this thing vines also all the way down to the floor. This thing is huge. So I'm going to be getting some clippings off of this plant as well and doing the same thing. You see all the nodes in there, you just clip right below the nodes. Okay, so I have got all of this soil mixed up really good, so it's a good combination. And then you're just going to take your nursery pots and you're going to just put your soil in here like this. Pack it lightly. You don't want it too packed in because you're going to be sticking your little clippings in there, but you don't want it all the way up to the rim because you want to leave some room so when you water it, the soil is not making the water spill over the sides. So just get your nursery pots. It's really quick and easy. Pot these up here. Okay, so you can see I have got all of my pots ready. You can use little sticks, whatever you find. I don't even know what I got this thing in, but you can just see it's just a little stick. Whatever thicknesses you think you're gonna need. This thinner one is better for these small type plants. So what I just do is I make a few little holes of where I'm gonna put these stems, these cuttings, and I will be able to tell where I want these vines. I want it to be a nice and full little plant, so then I'm ready to stick these in the soil. So I'm trying to see if I can hold it so you can see. So there's the node, and then I'm going to clip right below that. This is what is going to go directly into the soil. I'm going to put that one there, and then I am going to take another one, same thing. My hands get in the way. Right there, below a node, I'm gonna clip right below the node. You don't have to have much. That's all you need. Little small area like that. I am going to just clip this down just a little bit so it's not such a long little node there. And then this is where you put the rooting hormone on. So I'm gonna dip this in water just to moisten that a little bit. And I've put the rooting hormone right in here. I just use little plastic lids. And then I'm just gonna make sure that that root and that stem gets coated with the rooting hormone. And then I'm gonna take this guy, where'd my stick go? Right here. And I am gonna put this one right down in there just like that. Make sure it goes down there a little bit. There you go. So you just keep putting these in, making sure that that little root goes in there. And probably gonna have to make my holes a little bigger here. But I want it to be full, so I'm gonna dip this in the water and then in the rooting hormone. And you could also water propagate these. I've done that as well, but you don't have to. The water propagating, you can just watch the roots forming, and then the only difference with that is you're gonna have to keep that plant a lot more moist because it's used to growing in water. Just push some of the soil over on it, and I'm just gonna keep working that and making it into a nice little full plant. And look at that. That looks like a nice little healthy plant. And these will all start rooting, and before you know it, it's all just going to be vining down, and it will be just a beautiful plant for someone. So there you have it. That's all you have to do. So I'm going to just go ahead and start filling all the rest of these, and I'll give you a look at what it looks like when I'm finished. Okay, so here we are. We have fast forwarded maybe 3 weeks, I think, since I made that video when I did the propagations in my kitchen, and I just wanted to give you a quick look at how well these plants are doing. I keep them out to live out on my back porch here. This makes for a nice little covered, excuse me, a covered area, greenhouse almost effect. So I want to show you how nice and healthy these plants are looking, and hopefully I'll have them in a sale in the near future. I am going to be having a plant sale this Saturday, September the 12th, at my home, just a driveway plant sale if anybody's interested. I hope you can come. Anyway, these plants that I'm going to be showing you here, I probably won't put those in the sale right now. I like to make sure that they get a really good healthy root system on them. Even though they look really good right now, I want to make sure they're nice and healthy before I do sell them. So anyway, come on, let me just kind of give you a quick look at how these turned out. Okay, so right here on this table, I have got the lemon lime pothos, and they are all looking really nice. I'm really happy I didn't lose any of those. Sometimes when you propagate, you might have a few that just don't take a good root. Another plant that I did over here was the rickrack cactus. Some people call it rickrack or zigzag, and I did a few cuttings of those, and those are taking root very nicely as well. And then I've got some other pothos and a syngonium in there, and some pothos here. And let me just go over to this table over here. Let's see. These are the Philodendron Brazil plants, and I think they're looking pretty good. I might add a couple other clippings into maybe one of these. I was looking at this one in the center. It's looking a little bare, so I may just fill that in with another clipping, but overall they're doing really good. And then this is the philodendron plants. I think I told you in my last video that they were philodendrons micans, and I made a mistake. They're philodendron scandens. So I just want to kind of show you, and these are looking really nice, very nice and healthy. So those are looking pretty good. And over here, these have been propagated for quite some time. These are the bird's nest sansevieria, and they're all looking pretty good as well. So just giving you a quick look at some of the plants that I'll be having in the near future sale. The ones that I have coming up for this week, I'll take some pictures and maybe try to post those as well if I have a chance. But anyway, so that's just kind of a look at my little propagation area. Okay, so there you have it, my little greenhouse under my porch here. So anyway, like I said, I hope if you can come out this Saturday. I think we're going to start around 8 in the morning and maybe end up around maybe 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, just depending on how hot it is. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoy making them. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll just keep making them. And I just wanted to give you a quick heads up, the apiary that I'm getting ready to do out here, I'm just waiting on my bees. They should be getting here sometime the end of this month. So I'll take you along on that with me as well, and we'll see how that little apiary goes in the near future as well. So anyway, I hope you're all enjoying your weekend. Have a great holiday weekend out there. Don't forget to be thankful for the blessings that we have, because we do have a lot of them. So anyway, have a great weekend, and thanks again for watching. You take care.